Goalless here at Boundary Park. This man, Fabian Delph, always well talked of. Andy, has he had a quieter than average night this evening so far?
Yes, I mean, I think, you know, young players, he's had some fantastic games for Leeds, and he is a fantastic talent. Very, very skillful, very quick as well when he gets going, and can change direction very quickly. But I think from seeing him quite a few times this season, yes, he's had a bit of a quiet night tonight.
I wonder if we will find a winner here to upset the Scunthorpe manager, Nigel Adkins, who we'll hear from again at full time. Let's rejoin our commentary team then, Don Goodman and Ian Darg.
These two shooting for the championship, but a few years back in the early days of the Premier League, this was a top flight fixture. Indeed, just before the Premier League, in the year that Leeds won the Championship of England, Oldham beat them here by 2-0 that year. Andy Barlow and Paul Bernard getting the goals. And if you're still wondering why Oldham are in the all-pink tonight, the electric fluorescent pink, call it what you like, it's a one-off gesture in aid of a local hospital unit, and good on them for doing that. But they need to improve their performance here in this second half. All to play for here in this League One promotion clash. Kilkenny getting it away, and Kilkenny at half-time came out early and was just doing a little trotting across the pitch. He had a back injury, had to go off at the weekend, Neil Kilkenny, and I think they were just trying to keep it loose, weren't they, Don?
I think that's exactly right. Yeah, stop it from stiffening up at half-time.
It's away by Parker. Lee Hughes with the header down. Taylor's gone back to the left-hand side again, which is where he started the match, having flirted with the right in the closing stages of the first half.
They're still searching, aren't they, for any kind of fluency, Oldham Athletic. Haven't been able to get their passing game together so far tonight.
Cregan's up and under. Now the wind whipping off the Pennines and the bumpy pitch, or the lively pitch, I should say, and it's being unfair to the groundsman. He's done a very good job producing this surface, which they also stage rugby league here as well. So it's pretty tough. Bradley Johnson played Parker into a bit of trouble, but Parker emerges with the ball anyway. Easily cut out by Erdley. And then can Oldham find some forward momentum? It just hasn't really happened for them tonight, but they still have parity because Leeds have missed a couple of pretty good opportunities. Becchio been stuck on 12 goals for the season for a while, and going down because of Hazel's challenge.
He's showing him the blood. It's a nice bit of skill, isn't it? First of all, to get in that position, he squares Hazel up, nutmegs him, and the arm comes up. I think it's accidental, to be honest. Hazel saying, well, he ran into me, what do you want me to do?
And I think Hazel is going to get the booking here, which will mean a 2-game suspension. Now, this is significant, if so, because it means that he would miss a vital game for Oldham away at MK Dons in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, he's out of that, and that's a blow for them.
Well, I can only presume that that's for the accumulation of the little niggly fouls in the first half. I think that particular foul on its own didn't warrant a yellow card for me. So it's the accumulative effect.
Becchio made plenty of it. Snodgrass plays it in, and the header just goes into the arms of the goalkeeper. No problem at all. It was Naylor who'd got forward from the back.
He finds an awful lot of space very, very easily.
I think he was surprised at just how much space he had, actually, Richard Naylor. Snodgrass has come out to the left-hand side at the start of the second half for Leeds. They're trying to find the combination to the safe as well.
Yeah, he was lively, wasn't he, in the first half? One or two really good moments. Certainly the bit of skill and the cross for Bradley Johnson's opportunity.
Kilkenny.
Well, I was expecting Sean Gregan and Ruben Hazel to have a real battle on their hands, but Jermaine Beckford's pace and skill and trickery haven't really had too many problems in dealing with them so far tonight.
Mayer. Ugly long for Cabba down the side here. Smalley. And away by Richard Naylor. 13 years he was with Ipswich Town. So all their travels up and down from the top flight on the Championship, playoffs, UEFA Cup. Daniel Jones. Smalley attacked it. Lee Hughes has scored! Opportunism from the top goal scorer, and Oldham Athletic are ahead.
Well, that's exactly what it was. It was opportunism from Lee Hughes. He was alert, he was alive, and he read the fact that that ball wasn't going to carry away. And Leeds had a couple of opportunities to clear. It's just a long, high, hopeful ball. Smalley does well, but Lee Hughes does what nobody has been able to do, and that's hit the target. It's a really acute angle, but because he's hit the target straight through Ankergren's legs, and that's his reward. Maybe the goalkeeper will ask questions and think he should have done better, but Lee Hughes and Oldham, he doesn't care. And they're ahead in a game that really they haven't done very much to get ahead in.
He'd had a bit of a mini goal drought as well, Lee Hughes, before this weekend. Now he's got a couple in 3 days. Oldham Athletic ahead. Snodgrass though for Leeds United. Becchio, and a very fine save indeed by goalkeeper Greg Fleming.
Well, we've had more action in the opening 5 minutes of the second half than we had in the whole of the first half. It's a super ball in, and it's attacked really well by Becchio. We know he's good in the air, gets up so well. That's a brilliant save from Fleming.
How can Leeds come up with an answer here? Underneath the bar and in! Leeds United are ahead, and this time Becchio does cash in. His goal drought is over, and Leeds United's riposte is instant.
Well, the game needed a goal. All of a sudden we've got two. I just said 30 seconds ago how good in the air Becchio was, and he scrambles free, and from, what, 4 yards out, finds himself on the end of the corner. And maybe it's got to go down as poor defending. And once again, Leeds United, it's a fantastic response to going behind. Becchio probably can't believe he's got that much time to get on the end of that.
And he's getting his own personalised chant from the 3,000 Leeds United fans behind that goal. It's his first goal in 10 matches, that, Becchio. Great time to get it. When isn't, really?
All of a sudden, the crowd are alive, the game's alive.
2 minutes and 8 seconds between the goals, I'm told from the boys downstairs.
People get fed up, don't they, of hearing that teams are vulnerable just after they've scored a goal, but time and again, you see it happen.
Mayer. Suddenly this game has exploded into life. Cabba looking to lay one off. It's now Oldham Athletic 1, Leeds United 1, 2 goals in the opening act of the second half. And he's furious because his side really having nosed in front, and it was a soft goal to give away from their perspective.
Very, very soft. From 4 yards out, poor defending. You can see how angry it made John Sheridan, pointing the finger vehemently. Very angry manager.
Cabba. It's helter-skelter stuff in the wind here, that's for certain. Eardley just played the early ball in. The goalkeeper's got to come for that, and he won't be too happy, I think, with his part in the goal. Casper Anker, then it went right through his legs on his near post.
Well, Lee Hughes did well to keep the ball down, didn't he? Kept the ball down, he hit the target. He got rewarded for it.
Ankergren's regained his place, having been involved in a season-long battle for it with David Lucas. Long-range effort from Snodgrass. Now Delph. Didn't see the best of him in the first half. Young Fabian Delph is on the ball now. Douglas. Here's Becchio again. I was about to ask whether after the drought it would be the flood, but not on that occasion.
Well, we saw him turn down a shooting opportunity, didn't we, in the first half? We felt he had the chance, but we thought also that low on confidence, didn't pull the trigger. Confidence is higher now, isn't it?
Even a draw would take Leeds United up a place above Millwall into 5th place, and even a win leaves Oldham where they are, but they would go level on points with Peterborough, who are just above them, and they would get within 2 points of those top 2 places, which are vital. It's the top 2 who automatically go up from this division. Currently Leicester City, who look home and hosed, and MK Dons.
That's the target for Oldham tonight, isn't it? To get to within 2 points of those automatic promotion slots. We've seen what pressure can do at this time of the season to teams at the top. Oldham, they want to be there if any of the ones ahead of them slip up.
And I think all the teams down to maybe Huddersfield Town will fancy they've still got a shout at the playoffs, at least, in this division. Many twists in the plot probably ahead. And we might get 1 or 2 before this night's out as well. Here's Chris Taylor. It's Taylor again. Cabba, that's a good ball. Lee Hughes again. Good run. Fine interception in the end. Marquez getting across to put out the fire. And he just about did enough that time as well. Just skimmed off his head, no more.
It was another good tackle, wasn't it? Rui Marquez.
And that's a bit careless, really, from Johnson. The ball's gone out of play while he was dribbling it. Cabba. There's Jones. This time Parker attacked it. He was beaten rather crucially in the build-up to the goal by Snodgrass, who helped it on for Hughes to score. Here's Becchio. Now young Delph. Here's Robert Snodgrass. And a good find from Livingston in Scottish football. Robert Snodgrass, he was the player who, as a kid, had a 5-day trial with Barcelona. Aiming high. Tough getting a break at a club who can afford players like Lionel Messi, of course.
Well, you've got to have a go, haven't you? To be fair to the boy. He's doing a grand job at Leeds United.
He certainly is. He's had a fine season. And he scored, by the way, a 90th minute equaliser against the leaders Leicester City earlier in the campaign.
Well, I think that goal was the catalyst from which Leeds United have gone on, to be honest with you. They were really struggling at that point.
Smalley looking to get the better of Parker, And the decision is goal kick, which is debatable.
Well, very debatable. Again, can only go on my initial reaction, but I thought that was a corner. Both come together, and yeah, it clearly comes off the Leeds United player. A bit harsh for Oldham.
I have to say, it did look a corner, as it happened at live speed as well. Smalley again. Marquez won the ball fair and square. Good challenge that was from him.
He's had a good game, really solid. He does tend to throw himself into the tackles, but so far his timing tonight has been excellent.
World Cup player too. Hazer winning the header. He's one of those who has to watch his step for the rest of the night, having already picked up that booking, his 10th of the season. Becchio has been booked as well as Delph in the first half too for Leeds. Parker with the header clear. And Hughes. Just a sly little shove picked up by the referee.
I don't think you're going to get away with that kind of a nudge. The referee was in a decent position to see it. It's just calmed down a little bit, hasn't it, after the goal fest and the little bit of action afterwards. Just wonder whether fatigue will become a factor. Obviously, we mentioned this is the second game in 3 days. Bound to become physical towards the end.
Even with these sophisticated warm downs these days and ice baths and what have you. Both teams in mental set for this game the moment the previous one ended. Now then, Hughes on the chase again here. Naylor still plenty of pace. Got there, got it away from him, but it's fallen to Chris Taylor here for Oldham Athletic. Kevin Mayer. Saw him play for Southend against Spurs in an FA Cup tie a while back, and he was the best player on the pitch. Beautiful performance from him in midfield, Mayer. It's been harder tonight. It's been a night really where the ball has seemed to have a mind of its own in these conditions. Becchio, good angled run from him. Showed himself well, he was well found too. Bradley Johnson with the little layoff. Now Neil Kilkenny. Snodgrass wants to try one. Why not?
Absolutely right. Found an acre of space, didn't he? Just came in from the wide area and Leeds United found him. Oldham can't afford to give him that kind of room.
$17 for the season for Lee Hughes. He's rebuilding his life and career here at Oldham Athletic. Kilkenny looking to invent something for Beckford. We've seen relatively little so far of Jermaine Beckford, but he might only need half a second to influence proceedings decisively.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. The quality that the boys got, that's all it's going to take. Oldham just give him that one opportunity.
He's behind you was the message there for Marquez, who nearly had a dozy moment there and let Lee Hughes in. Hughes is on the chase again here. Get rid of it this time.
He's a real willing worker, isn't he, Lee Hughes? Always has been. The other side of his game, yes, he's always got bagfuls of goals, but he doesn't half work hard for his team.
Taylor's overhit the cross. Nothing that Dean Smalley can do with that. Plenty to contemplate. Just over 25 minutes left to turn 1 point into 3, or if things go the other way, none.
Well, decisions to be made. I mean, they've got the options, both managers, haven't they, on the bench to try and change up. It's turned into a little bit of a stalemate at the moment.
Trevor tries to get it down, no room for him, carefully policed by that Leeds United defence. Vecchio's come to life in the second half. Goals, some good runs as well. Looking like the danger man, a bit more than Beckford tonight thus far. Hughes. It's Taylor. Invited to shoot. And he just wondered where that was going to end up. It was wide in the end.
It's the first time he's actually got Jonathan Douglas isolated. Snodgrass was up the pitch, and you can see exactly what he's trying to do. It's a decent effort.
Maybe the idea is for Taylor to have a dash at Jonathan Douglas over there, who is playing slightly out of position, isn't he, really? He's a central midfield player, really.
Oldham haven't been able to get the ball to Taylor in isolation of Douglas. Really have time to run at him. Snodgrass doing an excellent job of getting back and doubling up.
But a bout of passing from Oldham, keeping the ball, and Smalley having a run here at Parker, and he's got round the other side of him too. Smalley's done ever so well there. Couldn't pick out Lee Hughes. But an exciting piece of wing play by the youngster.
Well, again, one of his few first times. Got the full-back isolated. And he showed us for the first time there, really, bundles of pace that he's got. Hasn't been able to use it.
Another player who's come through the youth ranks at Oldham. They've got a good academy, and it pays them well here. Mayer with the corner kick. Hammered away by Snodgrass up towards Beckford, who needs to hold it up and wait for some support. Did that well. Beckford again. Snodgrass in the channel. Good idea, just slightly overweighted.
Yeah. It's a good burst from midfield, wasn't it?
Leeds have only won here 3 times in their 16 visits in league football, so it's not been the happiest of hunting grounds.
It's a difficult place to come, Boundary Park. I can speak from first-hand experience. It's often blustery up here. Difficult conditions. The crowd get behind the team.
Game I always remember here, Don, was that last day escape they had when they beat Southampton 4-3 and were hanging on for dear life at the end, with Matt Le Tissier and the Southampton team looking dangerous, but they did stay up amid well, joyous scenes when Joe Royle was the manager, going back to those days of Mike Milligan, and Andy Ritchie was with us tonight, Gunnar Haller, Rick Holden, all that lot.
Well, they had a super team, didn't they? Did a fantastic job of competing with the big teams. And to be fair to Oldham and John Sheridan, his club operate on one of the lowest resources in this league in terms of wage bills and spending power. So for them to be up there, it's a real testament to what a great job him and his coaching team have done this season.
And still in this argument tonight as well. 1-1 here between 6th place Leeds and Oldham 2 places above them at the start of proceedings. Here's Douglas for Leeds. Good looking ball in there, Becchio attacking it, but Fleming was always going to be the governor. There's the lively Smalley. That's a second half, it had to be.
It's a better tempo to it. I think that's the thing.
There's a change coming up here for Oldham Athletic. They're going to bring on Luis Alessandra, the young striker. He scored a hat-trick against Scunthorpe in October. Sorry to remind the Scunthorpe manager who's with us tonight of that one, but it's what happened. He's only 20. And off comes Stephen Cabot. It's the end of his home debut.
Well, they appreciate the effort that he's put in. He's worked really, really hard tonight, Stephen Cabot. Opportunity now for the young man to come on and become the hero tonight.
He was Oldham's Young Player of the Year last season. Another academy product. Now then, Beckford. Still got it. Hazel, good recovery.
That's good defending to stay strong and match Jermaine Beckford there, didn't he? Ruben Hazel did just that.
Good start there for Alessandra. He's looking for the return as well. He's got a bit of pace too, hasn't he? Marquez was very strong and knowing. Didn't panic. Oh. Now then, Lee Hughes on Kilkenny.
I think we know what's coming, don't we? But well played, Neil. Kilkenny, because he bounced straight up, didn't make a meal of it. He's not rolling down on the floor. Good to see. Lee Hughes is coming at him with real pace. He lays it off. It's very, very late. And it's the right decision.
And his 9th as well of the season. One game away, one booking away, I should say, from getting a 2-game ban. So made by Sean Gregan for Oldham Athletic. Knocking it forward, away by Daniel Jones, who might have been the player of the first half, the left back, with some cultured play back there and some good rescue missions. Delph. Nicely done by Hughes. Smalley.
Looks lively, doesn't he, Alessandra? Looks as if he's got a bit of pace, a bit of direct purpose as well.
Hurdley towards Hughes, looked like handball. Clearly an optical illusion because the referee was right on top of it, didn't give anything.
I'm not sure he played advantage, to be honest with you. He realised that Leeds United were coming away with the ball, and it's good refereeing.
Becchio fouled that. The referee thought he was by Hazel.
I have to say, he does throw himself to ground very easily, Becchio. He makes it look dramatic. There was a little push, there's no doubt about it, but he makes sure that the referee's not going to miss it by the way he goes to ground.
It was a foul though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
So Snodgrass is going to take this. Watch for Becchio's head again. It's already delivered 1 goal for Leeds. Marquez has come forward from the back too. Snodgrass with the delivery. And then Beckford looking for something really spectacular on the volley with his left foot.
Well, we've seen him do the spectacular before, haven't we, Jermaine Beckford, and he has been starved of opportunities.
A reminder of the Premier League action coming up. There are a lot of midweek Premier League games. Liverpool-Sunderland on Sky Sports 2 and HD2 tomorrow. Got that right this time. And Blackburn against Everton on Wednesday, 7 o'clock on the same channels. Blackburn Rovers in need of the points at the bottom. They had a good win, didn't they, against Hull City at the weekend. Getting tight down there. Kilkenny and Johnson wondering how he allowed that to go under his feet. Been out on loan recently for a couple of months at Brighton as well, Bradley Johnson. He might have scored here in the first half. He did score at the weekend. Naylor's header away. Mayer's run through was stopped. The referee thought that was fair enough. Now then, Kilkenny. Beckford. Gregan's there and wants to get rid of it, and no wonder.
Well, he had to be there. That is a really, really important interception from Sean Gregan, because Beckford would have been clean through.
So Kilkenny trying to make something out of nothing almost by pulling that back from the byline. Alessandra really does have a turn of pace, the youngster. And it's giving Oldham another dimension when they attack too. Here's Smalley, who's got a fair burst on him himself. Much improved in the second half, Oldham. Hughes. Just asking a little too much that time of Taylor. But Oldham starting to show why they are up in fourth place in this division.
Well, Leeds are working really hard to deny Oldham the space. They know that Oldham are a decent passing, footballing team. They work really hard to deny them. Leeds United, and Simon Grayson will be pleased with that.
At least they've scored away tonight, Leeds United, which they haven't been doing lately.
Yeah, they laid that one to rest. They've had other opportunities as well, haven't they?
They should have been ahead at half-time.
Yeah.
I think they'll believe that. Taylor. It's a very important interception by Naylor there, because there were plenty of those pink shirts waiting behind. Nicely done by Beckford. Kilkenny. Vecchio, and then, oh, Delph had the opportunity, which was beaten away. It was half hit, really, the shot.
Well, I know we've had 2 goals in the game, but that for me was the best moment of the entire match. The movement, the passing, first-class save at the end of that.
Really nicely worked by Leeds.
Well, it's the movement. It's very incisive passing. Kilkenny, Delph makes a movement. Vecchio finds him. It's a good effort. It's a good, strong save by Greg Fleming. It's coming across him. Delph's weaker foot, but that's a really good stop low down to his right by the goalkeeper.
What a marvellously languid pass, wasn't it, by Luciano Vecchio? Real class, that was. Pass of the game for me.
It's almost like, at last, the players are starting to master the football.
To leave it offside here against Chris Taylor. Just over 12 minutes remaining of normal time. If either side can go on and claim all 3 points here, it would be a heck of a weekend, because both of them won on Saturday.
Well, the rewards for the 3 points would be terrific, wouldn't they?
Andy Liddell, who's got a goal or two in him, always has had throughout his career. He might be coming on as well. Oldham are going to chase all 3 points here. They're not settling for the one.
I think credit to both teams. I think they're both chasing all 3 points.
Rightly Snodgrass can't get past Daniel Jones. That's been a good battle throughout the game, that one. Getting late. Vecchio on towards Beckford, who couldn't quite find his bearings as the ball was dropping behind him. And if he had, maybe Leeds would be ahead by now.
Yeah, I think he was just looking to get one swish of that boot. Didn't quite judge it right.
He's struggling a bit, Beckford, as well. Seemed to just strain something there.
He's back on his feet, Jermaine Beckford.
I think mixed in with whatever the pain is will be a bit of mental anguish there.
I think you're right. I think he stayed down because he knows how close. It's a good flick on. He tries to roll Ruben Hazel. He just can't quite swing that boot around. Hazel stands strong and does well in the end.
Dean Smalley, who's been lively in the second half, gives away here to the experienced Andy Liddell, who's got 8 goals this season and is on 149 for his career. So can he hit the landmark here with a late winner for Oldham?
It's a story waiting to be written.
It was missed by Naylor, but not by Douglas. Lee Hughes, adroit, nearly found Alessandra. Delph with the clearance. Now, do Leeds United at some point, as the away team here at this point, start to think, well, a point's not a bad night's work here?
Well, you would think with only 10 minutes to go that they might be thinking that, but I think the way the game's going, both teams seem to be really going for it. The benefit of the extra 2 points is there for all to see.
Kevin Mayer. Full ball from him on that occasion. Fabian Delph, only Beckford ahead of him. Here he is. And Beckford gives it straight back to Oldham Athletic in the shape of Chris Taylor. It's good tracking back by Snodgrass. My goodness me, he's covered some grass, hasn't he, as well here.
And now he's bombing forward. Yeah, he certainly has.
The manager will be leaving him out anytime soon. Beckford towards Becchio. Handball, I think.
He just got his legs tangled up. He wants a push, but the legs got tangled up. That's what knocked him off balance, and that's the reason he ends up handling this. And it's a clear handball. It's a good spot from the referee. And just before that, there was a coming together.
Inside the last 10 minutes. From Oldham's point of view, they keep the little cushion over Leeds United in the table, don't they?
Well, they haven't been at the best tonight. You said earlier on, they've drawn so many games this season. You know, you just hope that that doesn't come back at the end of the season in the final tot-up for points to haunt them and be the thing that dents the promotion hopes.
Here's Alessandra again. It's looked good since he came on. Taylor, can he get a shot away? Bouncing around, Alessandra goes for it. Goes down, and the referee, quite correctly in my view, says no penalty.
Yeah, first instinct is absolutely right, I think.
It's going to be a free kick to Oldham for the clumsy challenge by Becchio. Has already been booked, remember. But I don't think there was any second yellow there.
No, absolutely not.
Medley's long ball.
Well, as this ball bounces, Taylor's running at them. It bounces up. It's Alessandra, goes in, but Douglas just gets a poke on the ball. It's not a back pass, it's a tackle.
Andy Liddell's long, hopeful ball. And was ever Lee Hughes trying to make something out of nothing, as he kind of did with the goal, really. He chased it when everyone else had just about given up on it, and he got the maximum jackpot prize.
He certainly did. That's been a feature, as I said, of his whole career, Lee Hughes.
It's not properly cleared by Leeds United. Oh, fierce volley there from Allott. Really got hold of that. Interesting to see what would have happened had that been allowed to travel.
I think Leeds will be thankful that that hit a body.
Oldham doing their best work in the match in the last 20 minutes or so of it.
I think the game's got stretched, and it's just allowed for a little bit more space in that midfield, and that's why Oldham have been able to string one or two more passes together than they were earlier in the game.
It's much more coherent, controlled football in the second half. It was a festival of misplaced passes the first half. Delph Dicchio and Beckford. Oh, and away by Eardley, who had to stretch out. Goodness me.
Well, you only have to look at Jermaine Beckford's face to know that he's been the nearly man tonight. It's nearly falls for him, doesn't quite. And in the end, Oldham thankful to scramble it away.
He was off balance, Eardley. I wondered for a moment there whether that was going to balloon off into the roof of the net. It didn't. He'll tell you he had under full control. Here's the Leeds United corner. And it's Lee Hughes back defending.
You just wonder whether there is going to be that little twist in the tail at the end of this match. Certainly, I'm saying it, both teams happy to go for the 3 points.
And the good thing is both sides are chasing the win. Becchio. The only game he's missed all season, Becchio, was at the weekend because he was suspended, and you can see why the boss wants to get him straight back into the side.
Oh, he's a handful, there's no doubt about it. Very strong in the air, he's got good movement. Not shy to have a strike at goal either.
Beckford. Kilkenny. Oh, nearly invented something there for Becchio. Here's Taylor. A little bit careless, easily picked up by Bradley Johnson, but he rather surrendered possession when Leeds could have used it there. Not impossible, of course. But these two could be contesting the playoff final in this division at Wembley. So could a few others, to be quite fair.
Oh, it's tight up there, isn't it? Really tight. Any one of a number of teams will think that it could be them.
Leeds were in the playoff final last season. Remember when Gary McAllister was the boss, lost it to Doncaster. Disappointing ball from Delph on that occasion. We haven't seen the best of him tonight.
No, it's not been his kind of game, his night. He will have better nights, I'm sure.
Nicely done. Alessandro laid it off nicely, but Little has had a good attempt at trying to hit the corner flag with that.
Well, can Oldham pen them in now? Leeds deep in the half, got to push up, squeeze them in there, try and win the ball back high up the pitch.
Sean Gregan. Eardley. Long towards Alessandro. The flag's gone up here. I think it was Hughes. No, he's saying it's Hughes to Alessandro.
He was asking. He got told his answer.
Without having to phone a friend either. Now Dean Windass, is he going to get a run out? Looks like he is. Apparently the only player older than him, outfield player in the Football League, is Paul Furlong, who's still playing for Barnet, and he already is 40. Great credit for players who can play on that long, at this pace, and keep their conditioning and fitness and enthusiasm too. Regan won the header. Nobody wants to make a mistake this late in a promotion clash like this one. And is there one piece of inspiration from somebody out there to win this game? Daniel Jones, the left back. Douglas did well enough, but it is a corner for Oldham with the clock coming up to 89 minutes.
Well, is this the moment John Sheridan's been waiting for? All it takes is one good delivery, bit of decent movement, and you never know what can happen.
Lee Hughes, goal for him tonight to put Oldham ahead. And Dean Windass is going to come on.
Good time to be coming on as a striker, isn't it? To a corner.
It's his 726th game. Amazing.
Yeah, hats off to him.
Here comes the corner, and the white-shirted player on the end of it. It was Becchio. Well, complete confusion there. Because Bradley Johnson was waiting to take the throw in with the original ball, and Parker had already taken one with a new ball.
Yeah, there's a multi-ball system in place.
The trouble is you're only allowed one on the pitch at any one time.
I'm sure that'll get explained to them afterwards.
He's just explaining it to the players now. Bizarre. As the rain starts to fall. Delph. Can Leeds snatch it late? Snodgrass. It's only been one of their best players tonight, Roberts. Snodgrass. Douglas. There's the crafty Kilkenny. How much to be added on?
Well, we know Leeds United, the team with the joint fewest amount of draws in the country. I think it's them and Bolton Wanderers. They've drawn only 3 league games. Is this going to be a 4th?
Douglas plays it in there. It's a corner kick. Regan has to put it behind.
Well,
and he's wondering. He's just wondering.
Yeah. Nervous moments. We've seen Leeds score late goals before, haven't we? Nervous moments for Oldham.
Attacking the end where all their fans are gathered. Comes under the bar. Becchio couldn't reach it. It was flashing across the face of goal. A few hearts in mouths among the Oldham fans there.
Yeah, it was just the pace of the ball. It just took it over Becchio. Yeah. Close to getting on the end of that, wasn't he?
Looks like Oldham are going to stay 4th and Leeds move into 5th place unless deep into stoppage time. Ben Parker. Eardley's beaten by Parker, and the referee's seen some pushing there, or did he just catch him with a boot on the way through?
Well, Parker's gone to get the ball. I think he lost his boot, actually. He's lost his boot.
Which ended up among the photographers behind the goal somehow. He's still playing with one boot, Parker. He's got to get back to his defensive position. Now he can put it on. Looks like a draw, doesn't it? Which wouldn't be too bad, would it, for either side, really, in the bigger scheme of things, considering they both won at the weekend.
They'll take 4 points. It's been against the promotion rivals.
That is how it's going to end. 1-1 here at Boundary Park tonight. The old teammates shake hands, both on the same coaching course together. A 1-1 draw here. Lee Hughes putting Oldham Athletic ahead, but within a couple of minutes, Luciano Becchio had come up with a headed equaliser. It finishes here 1-1.